Hello, I'm Dennis Cometti. You're here, I'm here, and now it's time for the second semi-final. My co-commentator for this match is Matthew Richardson.
Hi Den, as always it's a pleasure to call the match with you.
A win here brings one team that much closer to the grand final and also earns them a week's break. Richard, what's the value of that week's break?
All depends on the team, Dennis. I don't reckon it will have an adverse effect on either of these teams though.
The Western Bulldogs run on. The cheer squad's hard work is paying off. The banner looks great and everything is spelled correctly. Mind you, I'm the last man to ask. The cheer squad's hard work is paying off. The banner looks great and everything is spelled correctly. Mind you, I'm the last man to ask. Umpire tosses the coin. I can't wait for this encounter to begin, and I think the crowd would agree with me too. They're on the edge of their seats. Here we go, Richard, the opening quarter.
If you train hard, you'll not only be hard, but you'll be hard to beat. We will see as this game unfolds which team has put in the hard yards.
There's players everywhere, but somehow he manages to send out the handball. Roost going for number one. Roost just gets it through. He's kicked the first goal. Replays are great when you can see how talented these guys are at conjuring something out of nothing. Roost with the goal, and he runs back into position. Campbell without a touch. The clearance by McAvoy. Kicks. Young gets the upper hand. That came off the boot with huge power. Shot by McRae. Picked up under pressure. And now we'll have a ball up. McAvoy punches. He picks up the loose ball. Burton runs past and gets the ball. Exclamation point. How about that? Wallace sends the ball on its way. Campbell just gauging which way that wind is blowing. Stuck the mitts out and held on to it. Smith will need to pull something special out here. A chance to even the scores right here. Smith gets the goal with an ambitious kick. The first goal for the Bulldogs. A brief moment of serenity before the ball is bounced and the ruckman unleash. McAvoy got a fist on it. Morris loses the ball as he's brought down by Roost. Burgoyne with his head down, running for home. Burgoyne just makes the goal line. Hawthorn up by one goal. The ruckman, conscious of where their teammates are, they wait for the bounce.
McAvoy is just a real workhorse in the ruck, and I reckon his teammates really appreciate his uncomplicated approach to the game. Morris picks up the loose ball. Wallace puts his boot on it. Dalhouse with real good use of the body. It's a mark.
Hunter kicks. Great mark. Trims the grass with that one. Has he? Yes, he's paid it. Langford bursting with inventive strategy right now to be sure of hitting the target. He's actually kicking first and calling whatever it hits the target. He lays it on the boot for a giant kick. The ball over the line. Hawthorn coach using the bench. Bontempelli with the mark. A rushed kick. Daniel has it. Gets boot to leather. Dixon takes the mark.
Dixon has the passion for this game, and that shines through every time he plays. He lines it up with the goal. Johannesson boots it. Rough head with good strong hands. He slams that on the boot. McRae takes the mark.
45 metres out. Not the easiest of angles, this one. He's taking the shot from about 30 degrees. You get the feeling something big is brewing. The ruckmen steal themselves before the bounce. Umpire bounces the ball. Hit by Roughhead. Gathered by Gibson. Daniel bumped. Smothered. The ball mopped up. Picked by Ziegler. A solid mark from Biggs. Goes for distance. That was all Puopolo. Handballs out into space. Like working in a telephone box. Look at him go. He gets the hand pass. The ball picked up. Smothered. The ball is kept in. Goes by hand. What a costly blunder. Gets the behind.
Boyd is a great kick, and if he can maintain that accuracy under pressure, he'll elevate to the elite category. And the ball crosses over the boundary. Segler with the tap. Daniel puts his boot on it. That's a nice strong mark. Morris kicks it. Liberatore up and over.
Jams it on the boot. Takes it well. Nice drop punt. The siren is just around the corner. Knocks up his first touch. He handballs. Gunston. He had perfect control over the ball right up until the minute he kicked it. They may have no option but to kick it long up the middle right here. Has he? Yes, he's paid it. Richo has some stats for us now.
Neither team showing any superiority in the tackling count today. Really close. Locked horns in the tackle contests. 11-5. The handball stats show that the two teams are fairly even, with the Hawks on 8 and the Bulldogs on 3.
Hadn't thought of it quite like that, Richard. And we go for quarter number 2.
Just keep going. Everybody gets better if they keep at it.
He seems to have the ball on a string, Richard.
Yes, super work from him in this match, Dennis.
Bontempelli picks it up. Liberatore with the football. He had his eye on the ball all the way and took the mark well. Hunter puts it on the boot. A nice running mark. Hodge launches it. Puopolo with an easy mark.
Puopolo doesn't have the strongest marking hands in the league, but he's certainly very, very handy on the lead. He's kicked it out on the full, and the ball goes out of play. Morris kicks it, lining it up with the goal now. Roughhead goes for home. Picken really forced to earn that mark.
Gets boot to high. Biggs grabs that one. The ball goes out of bounds on the full, and the ball goes over the boundary near the 50. Sends it on its way. Bounces favourably for Liberatore. Morris kicks it. Almost a touch of synchronised swimming about that mark. Minus the peg. Opportunity now for Puopolo. Stuck the mitts out and held on to it. Boots it. He sneaks away for an uncontested mark. Richo, what are his chances from here?
Distance is not a problem. It's all about the accuracy.
Looks like he forgot to practice his kicking during the week, and that ball is out of bounds. Kicks it. Border control will be keen to look at this trafficking. Gets a handball away towards the man on the run. Young picks up the bouncing ball. Cramerick made the awkward bounce look easy. He's got great hands. Gets his first possession of the match. Able to grab it on the half volley. McCrae with the pass. Burton there to mop it up. Goes short with a hand pass. Howe hand passes the ball to the runner going past. Dalhouse sends the ball on its way. Almost a touch of synchronised swimming about that mark. Minus the peg.
Hunter is a great overhead mark, but anything below his knees and he struggles to get down for. If he can add that to his game, he's going to go up another level. Campbell with the tap. Dalhouse takes possession. He picks up the loose ball. Howe handballs it. Mitchell mistimes it. It comes off hands. The ball bounced to the advantage of the opposition. The mark will be paid.
Hunter with the kick. Smith up. Concentration. There's a vast chasm between him and the goals ahead. Shields got under it.
Shields is a smart guy, but he's got to keep a cooler head so he can make the right decisions more often. Burton puts his boot on it.
The ball being picked up before it makes its target. Collected by Liberatore. Works it across the ground. Dalhouse grabs that one. Boots it. Marks. This is a great angle to kick from. They'll strip them of the lead if he nails this one. Richo, what can we say about that attempt?
He needed to kick through the ball. He just stabbed at it.
Kicks into the middle. And the mark will be paid.
Birchall needs to work on his vertical leap because at times he can be found wanting when he's leaping for the ball. Puts boot to ball. Wallace marks it. He gets boot to the ball. Strong mark there.
Almost half-time. Gibson sends one up towards the wing. Rioli enjoying a height advantage. He lays it on the boot for a giant kick. Let's go to the stats sheet now and see how the players performed.
The Hawks are dominating the scoreboard, but their stats don't reflect it.
Thanks for sharing that with us, Richo. We're halfway. A nice long half-time break, and we're ready for another half of footy.
Do not let what you can do interfere with what you can do.
Dalhouse gets the ball. The ball in the hands of Roughhead. Is it high enough, long enough, straight enough? The scores are all tied up. We've got deadlock. Kick to himself. Shields puts it on the boot. Takes that one strongly. Send the top in, big fella. He controls the bouncing ball. An easy interception for Campbell. We'll have another ball up. Guided by McAvoy. Dalhouse with the football. Burgoyne on the ball at the moment. Great mark. Sends the ball into the 50. Roughhead just squeezes the kick out. Mitchell hand passes out to space.
Biggs is just a real slippery customer if you give him any space. McAvoy taps the ball. Mitchell hand passes the ball. He's blocked it. Biggs by hand. He kicks the ball. He slams that on the boot.
The ball mopped up. Gains possession. With the ball now. With the ball now. Gets boot to high. Roughhead from behind. Jams it on the boot. Young wins the marking contest. Jams it on the boot. Hands like dinner plates.
Wallace has shown a lot of character with his recent performances. A clean pickup. He handballs it. Burgoyne kicks it. That's a nice strong mark.
Roughhead lining up 30 metres out. The kick from almost straight in front of the goals. Roughhead with a kick and goal. The Dogs weren't smiling on him then. He looks for a man on the lead. Boyd plays on. Gets boot to high. Strong mark by Campbell. Kicks it. He wins the contest.
Jong is really starting to get into the right positions on the ground. O'Meara intercepted that well. Puopolo goes for goal. He's missed the goal. Yet another behind.
Vickery marks. Takes his time as he lines up for goal. It's okay to have butterflies. Just get them in flying formation. Campbell wins the marking contest.
He gets boot to the ball.
He collects the loose ball. He picked it up off the ground. Into the game comes Campbell. McAvoy with the punch. Vickery gets it on the bounce. Takes the mark all by himself. Murphy with no time to delay with that kick. A lovely drop pass. Gathered by Gunston. Hits the running man. Mitchell pulls the trigger with the ball sailing for goal. There could be a short option here. Good mark on the run.
Picken has the passion for this game, and that shines through every time he plays. The ball crosses the line. Cleanly tapped out of the ruck. He gets the loose ball. Mitchell picks up the loose ball.
It's with him now. He's out of room and he has to cross the boundary. The ball has been thrown in. McAvoy with first hands to the ball. It'll be a ball up. McAvoy decisively. Bontempelli collects it. The ball bounced to the advantage of the opposition. Bontempelli feeds it wide. Simply outplayed the opposition there.
Cramery is just a real slippery customer if you give him any space. Mitchell kicks the ball. Vickery gets the mark without contest. He gets boot to the ball.
Vickery. Hawthorn beginning to apply their supremacy on the scoreboard with a lead of 23-14. The Rucks prepare to go at it for this bounce. The Rucks can't complain about that true bounce. McAvoy gets the tap. Burgoyne gets the ball. Burgoyne taking a chance at goal. Richo, how well are these teams performing?
You can have the best stats in the world, but if you cannot convert it on the scoreboard, then none of it matters. The Western Bulldogs need those good stats to reflect on the scoreboard, but at the moment, it's just not happening.
The pressure's on. It's the final quarter.
The game isn't over till it's over.
Tapped by McAvoy. Bruce with clean hands for a difficult bouncing ball. Bruce sends the ball on its way. Strong mark. Trims the grass with that one. Puopolo marks it. Takes his time as he lines up for goal. It's okay to have butterflies. Just get them in flying formation. That's a piercing kick from Morris.
Biggs, he's creative with his game. He always makes an appearance on the highlight reel. He slams that on the boot. Hodge takes a contested mark. He slams that on the boot.
The ball in the hands of Morris. He takes control of the loose ball. He gets his hands on the footy, finding the running player. Big man does nicely. McAvoy picks up the bouncing ball. Kicks it. Young loses the ball in a strong tackle by Roost. Interception. Roughead dishes it off by hand. Roughead launches one towards goal. That's 2 in a row for the Hawks. Hawthorn by 15 points. The Ruckmen steal themselves before the bounce. Umpire bounces the ball.
McAvoy has been a solid contributor for this team. His coach will know what to expect from him week to week, which really helps when structuring the team. The ball crosses the line. Puts boot to ball. He takes a strong mark. Concentrating hard as he lines up the goal.
Shot at goal by Roost. He holds his breath. Goal to the Hawks. Roost gets number 2. The Hawks have scored the last 3 goals. The Hawks by 21. Umpire has the ball, ready for the centre bounce. Campbell, I've seen better swings on a condemned playground. Burgoyne comes away with the ball, going for goal number 3. That was a poor kick, wasn't it, Richo?
That's an absolute shocker.
The Hawks beginning to apply their supremacy on the scoreboard with a lead of 36-14. Nice contested mark by Biggs. Bad kick, resulting in a free to the Bulldogs. Ball over the boundary line. Puopolo goes very high. He takes control of the loose ball. She's running hot, Richo.
You're right, Dennis. He's an absolute ball magnet.
These possessions just keep ticking over for Liberatore.
Murphy, he's really starting to get into the right positions on the ground. Good mark. Hunter having no trouble taking that one. He slams that on the boot. Smith with the ball, sending it on its way.
Campbell going through his routine. Unfortunately, they mowed the grass very short tactically this week. Strong mark.
Shields puts his boot on it.
McAvoy gains possession, collected by Wallace. A great effort. Nice torpedo. Langford takes that one strongly. Slams it on the boot. Hands like dinner plates. Gets boot to high. Roost gets it on the bounce. Puopolo finds his man on the move. And the ball goes over the boundary line, close to goal. Biggs comes off like a dinosaur enjoying climate change. A routine, strictly speaking, is not a routine if you have to think about it. Vickery takes aim for goals. The goal eludes him just wide of the target. Too many behinds on the board for the Hawks. He's searching for his teammates. Boyd decides to play on. A rushed kick. The mark is taken by McLean. Liberatore has it. Hastily kicked. O'Mara has it. Kicks. Marks.
Stringer can be very consistent. He does still need to do some more work to make sure he brings his A game to every match. He gets boot to the ball. Wallace marks the ball. He kicks the ball. Has the mark all to himself.
Jams it on the boot now. Great mark under pressure. 35 metres out. The Western Bulldogs had one to their tally. McRae kicks his second. I've got to say, that's even a better goal the second time around. Hawthorn are victorious. Richo, how did you see their performance in today's game?
The misery is over for the Bulldogs. They really do need to reassess and figure out what's going wrong. Is it the tactics, the lineup, or even the talent at their disposal? They need to turn their fortunes around real soon. They cannot afford to put in performances like this one.
Final scores are 37-20. Thanks for joining us, Richo, but that's all we have time for.
It was great being here, Dennis. I can't wait for the next match.
Thanks for joining us. As always, it's been a pleasure. We look forward to seeing you back soon.